Hello Merry Makers and welcome to a Merry Making Monday. I am Becca. The whole point of Merry Making Mondays is I show you how to make something, usually knit or crochet. Today we are going to be making flowers. It is a crochet pattern and it calls for 3 different colors. I have picked out this wonderful pink, this great green, and this beautiful blue. Now when I'm mixing colors like this, I try to stay in the same yarn weight and I also try to stay within the same fiber content. I believe these are all acrylic. And then I've got my 5 you can't see that, why am I trying to show that to you? My 5.0 millimeter crochet hook. Let's get started. Alright, so you've got your first color. For me, I chose the pink to be my flower, and we are going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're comfortable with magic circle, you can also do magic circle. Once we've joined it in the round, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to single crochet over into this circle. We're not going to focus on going into specific chains. We're going to go over it. And we're going to do that 20 times. And if you did a magic circle, you just do 20 single crochets all around. And I'll meet you on the other side. So now I've got 20 single crochet stitches around my ring. Now you see how tightly packed they are. I had to keep on scrunching them together so I could fit all 20 on my ring. Alright, and then we join with a slip stitch. Alright, chain 1, that does not count as our first stitch, and then we single crochet in the same space, half double crochet in the next space, and then 3 double crochets in the next space. Is that 3? 1, 2, 3. All right, and then a half double crochet, and then a single crochet. All right, yarn's being picky with me. And then we do that again. So we just did a single crochet, half double crochet, 3 double crochets all in the same space. So 1, 2, 3, and then a half double crochet, and then a single crochet. And as you can kind of see, we're making petals. So we're going to make 5 petals, and I'll join you on the other side. Alright, so I just did my last half double crochet, and I'm going to join with the slip stitch at the top of my first single crochet, and then I'm going to cut and fasten off because we're about to change to our next color. And like I said, I'm the type of person who tries to weave their ends in as they go, because if you don't, you miss them, and that is not a fun thing. So I'm just weaving in this end real quick. Never to be seen again. Alright. So now you've got your flower. Now I did this in worsted weight, and it looks more like a star. But I'm sure if you did this in a sport or a DK, it would look more like a flower. So it just goes to show you that sometimes your choice in yarn can determine how a pattern turns out. So the next part of the pattern is to do your leaves. So I picked this wonderful Kelly green. I always start with a slip knot. Some people don't, but I always start with a slip knot before joining. I think it's easier. Alright, now this is going to be kind of confusing, but you're going to be working in the back part of these loops. So let's see, I'm just consulting my notes real quick. Alright, so let's find a half double crochet. And basically where the half double crochet is, that's where we're joining in the back side of our work. Okay. Then we chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we find on the other side of our petal, we find not the next half double crochet, but the next half double crochet after that. And we join into the space below it with a single crochet. I hope I'm making sense. And then we do the same thing. Chain 8. So we've got, then we chain 1, 2, 3, 4. This yarn is really splitty. 5, 6, 7, 8. It is probably classic red heart, to be honest. Alright, now this next one is not going to go into the first half double crochet of the next petal, but the second half double crochet of the next petal. We're going to join with a single crochet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then again, somewhere in the neighborhood of the second half double crochet, my favorite co-host is here. So far we've got 1, 2, 3. We need one more. So we're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're going to join this back where we started in the back part front loop, or not front loop, in the first single crochet. Alright, now we're going to chain one, that doesn't count as our first single crochet, and then we're going to single crochet 16 times into each of these little loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and might have to move these. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm gonna skip over where I joined to the back of the pink and do 16 in the next 3 loops, and I'll join you on the next when we get around to the other side.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, so I've put 16 single crochets in each one of my loops, and now I am going to join to the first single crochet with a slip stitch, and then I am going to slip stitch over the next 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and now I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this is row 5 if you're following along, and we are going to do a double crochet in the next one. Wait, no. Hold on. Alright, so it's chain 4. And now we're going to do a double crochet into the next chain, and then chain 1. And we're going to do that over the next 6 single crochets. So for a grand total of 8. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. I'm already halfway there. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, that should be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, now we are going to skip over 6 single crochets. Basically, we're skipping over this middle dip right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I miscounted somewhere. Hold on. I miscounted my double crochets. It should be a count of 10. So we need 2 more. Okay. And we still end with a chain 1. Now we skip 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we do the same thing. We do a double crochet and we chain 1 10 times. And we'll do that all the way around, and I'll meet you on the other side. Alright, so I've done my 10 double crochets with chain 1s in between, and now I'm on my last double crochet, still chain 1, and then I count 1, 2, 3. That's the top of what would be considered my first double crochet, and I join with a slip stitch, and this is where we're going to cut and fasten off. And like I said before, if you are not in the habit of weaving in your ends right away, I definitely think that's something you need to do, because you could miss an end if you wait until the end of your project. And it only takes a couple of seconds to weave in the end and cut off the extra. Alright, now we're on our last color, which for me is the blue. Alright, and we are going to join in this chain 1 space. Then we are going to chain 1 and then single crochet, and then chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whoops, look at what I did. I went backwards on this. Hold on, let me flip this around. Okay. Alright. And then we skip the first chain space, and in the second chain space we're gonna single crochet. Oh, and we're gonna do that all the way around. So I'm gonna show you one more time. If my yarn wasn't so splitty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, skip the first chain space into the second chain space, single crochet. Alright, like I said, we're going to do that all the way around, and I'll meet you on the other side. Alright, so I'm about to do my last, which I've dubbed arches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I am going to join with a slip stitch where I put my first single crochet. Alright, and that is the end of row 6. Now for row 7, I will now slip stitch over the next 3 stitches again. So 1, 2, 3, I'm going to chain 1 and single crochet, and I'm going to do the same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm gonna go just put a single crochet into the next arch, and I'm gonna do that all the way around. So we've come back to the beginning where I'm going to join where I started at that single crochet with a slip stitch. Then I am going to chain 1 and do a single crochet, and then I am going to try to do 4 more single crochets. So 1 all into this space, 2, 3, 4, and then into this single crochet I'm going to do a single crochet, and then 4 single crochets into the chain 6 space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now it may not look like it, but this is a corner, and I am going to do a double crochet into this single crochet, chain 3, and do another double crochet into that same single crochet, and I'm going to do that on every corner. So until you, and then so 4 single crochets into each chain 6 and a single crochet into every single crochet except on corners. I'm going to get around to the next corner and show you again, and I'll meet you there. So I'm getting close to the corner again. I'm going to do 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to do a double crochet into this single crochet, chain 3, and then do another double crochet into your same space. And then I'm going to continue with my previous pattern of doing 4 single crochets in each chain 6 space and a single crochet in each single crochet, and I'm going to do that all around. So we've come back to where we first started, And we're simply just going, you know, we've done our four single crochets into the 6 chain loop, and we're just going to join with a slip stitch. And weave in our ends. Now I think the original called for a DK weight, and you can probably see why. This is a little frilly fancy, and does not translate well to worsted weight. Now that I've done it once with worsted weight, I might change up the pattern a little bit if I were to make this again. But I could see hooking up multiples of these and, you know, making like little, putting these over a plain canvas bag and turning it into a nice spring bag or something like that. But so there you go. I hope you enjoyed making this granny square flower with me today. Please join me Wednesday for What You Working On Wednesday, where I show you my current projects. And then please join me Friday for Frog or Finish It Friday. Until then, my merry makers, make what makes you merry.